What statistically improbable thing happened to you? First got cancer in 1993. In 2003, they told me to get my affairs in order. I had 6 months. In 2021, they told me it spread to my bones and lungs. They gave me 5 years. In 2023, 2 years down and feeling about 90%. My friend had 2 sets of monochorionic-monoamniotic twins, the rarest kind of twins, in back-to-back pregnancies. Identical twins that share the same amniotic sac and same placenta. Mono-mono or MoMo twins happen in about 1% of identical twin pregnancies, and less than 0.1% of all pregnancies. Got attacked by a robin in the morning, then attacked by a hawk 3 hours later. Weird day. I got a degree after aging out of foster care, smiling face. I have been hit in the head by live squirrels 3 times in my life, each on separate occasions. I underwent a surgical procedure called a stapectomy to improve the significant hearing loss in my good ear. Instead, I ended up completely deaf. My surgical ENT said this has only happened to 5 patients in the US. He was doing research to try to help me afterwards. I don't know how true it is, but hey, lucky me. Lost my house in civil court. Represented myself and won in appeals court twice. Since my case was unique in this state, my cases were published both times. Moving back into my old house soon. After losing an AirPod while skiing, I was able to find it the next run. I received my heart transplant after being on the list for only 7 hours. Hit by lightning. Sort of. Indirectly. Lightning hit a tree near the wellhead while I was doing dishes. Exploded the tree, fried the well, and gave me a jolt that made my metal fillings so hot they burned my tongue. Other than that, I was fine. I saw an ad on a Pepsi case at a grocery store for a text to win contest to see Beyoncé in concert. I figured why not, and sent a text and was entered. A few weeks later, I got a text back from the same number that told me I won the grand prize. I ended up winning 2 tickets to Beyoncé's Mrs. Carter World Tour in Brooklyn and $500 on a Visa gift card. Used the $500 for some bus tickets and a hotel down the street from Barclays. The seats were awesome, and it is something I'll never forget. Nearly getting killed by the same reckless/drunk driver twice in 3 years. The first time in 2001, I turned right. Before I completed the turn, a Pontiac Sunfire zipped by going 100 to 110 miles per hour. The second near death was in the driveway in 2004. I was supposed to pick up my brother from work. This time I didn't. Instead, I hear a noise that could be heard a block away. The drunk driver smashed my car and turned it around 180 degrees. His BAC was 0.20. He tried running away and the neighbor tackled him. There happened to be a police officer nearby, too. Life comes at you fast. I played softball with the kid when I was 11 years old. Drunk drivers don't want their license. My dad's birthday was 3 to 3, my brother is 6 to 6, mine is 7 to 7, and my son is 11 to 11. I was on a road trip with my cousins in the 80s. One of them kept playing the same song over and over by rewinding the tape and playing it again. The song was Another One Bites the Dust. After 3 plays in a row, the driver pulls out the tape, says enough, and turned on the radio. Sure enough, that song was playing on the radio right then. I had my car stolen from work and caught the thief myself the next day. Picking the slowest checkout lane in the grocery store every single time for the last 40 or so years. My wife and I, both right-handed, had 2 left-handed kids, which has around a 1% chance of happening twice. This is the dumbest story ever, but the one time in my entire life that someone asked me if I wanted to buy a pair of shoes at work is the day, a few hours later, that the sole of my shoe came off. So yeah, I bought the shoes. Coworker's husband bought wrong size shoes, and not sure why they couldn't return them. My mom gave birth to me after sudden onset of labor at 37 weeks and 6 days gestation, had a C-section because I was breech, born at 9:48 a.m. I gave birth to my child after sudden onset of labor at 37 weeks and 6 days gestation, had a C-section because my daughter was breech, born at 9:48 a.m. Seems statistically improbable to me, but maybe not super odd. I got bit by a groundhog. I've never researched the odds of getting bit by a groundhog, but it's gotta be pretty low, right? I ran into an emu with a Buick in the middle of nowhere, Illinois. Correctly guessed all the numbers of the California lottery 20 years ago upon arriving in my hotel room and turning on the TV at the drawing time. I keep running into the same ex every few years, no matter where I go on the planet, 30 plus years. We have equals not equals stayed in touch. I've accidentally walked into a riot on 3 separate occasions in my life. Broke free of a 10-year addiction to meth. Took a very long time to feel some kind of normal again. 10 years clean this year, woohoo edit. Thanks for the kind words. Made a living as a musician all my life. Had my tonsils out, twice because they grew back. Let me tell you that throwing up blood that runs down the back of your throat after surgery was an exorcist-level event. I'm glad the pain pills were huge that I had to break up into smaller jagged bits. I've been hit by 2 F5 tornadoes. Both of which hit the same house. My twin sister and I hit the same answer to rock, paper, scissors 14 times in a row. My husband thought we were cheating, haha. Gotta love the power of twins. Got left a written message to call a girl, mistakenly called another girl instead with the same name.